Hello, hello, hello. I'm guess most is going to be on a replay because I haven't been on for ages. So I'm guessing my notifications won't go out, but that's okay. I'll just talk to myself for a little while. So I hope everyone is good and having a good week or start of the week, the start of the icky week. Hey, Vince, how are you? I had a really stressful day today. I rang up. I was supposed to pick my dog up last Wednesday, and he's still not ready to be picked up. They lost him this morning. They didn't know where the fuck he was. Like, enough. I'm going to freak out, seriously. Why? What's going on? What's happening? I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen it or I haven't been around, so I have no idea what the frig is going on. So, what's happening? Why are you going to freak out? Oh, thank you so much. I know I said that my notifications are probably not going to go out either because I haven't been on for ages. And when you don't go on, your notifications don't go out. Christ Conflict is on his channel for over an hour telling me how ugly and unintelligent I am. Hey, Hoot. I'm a drunk and got married at 15. Just don't go into his channel. How you feeling, Hoot? Just stay out of the channel. Just don't let him talk. That's what I do. I've learned that lesson. People are gonna talk, just let them. The more you fight back, the more that they wanna the more they talk. So let them talk. I hope you're feeling better, Hope. I would just stay off. Terry Lambert does, and a couple of others are ripping me to shreds. Wow. I'm glad I'm not bloody involved in any of that. I ain't got time, the inclination, or the energy to be fighting with these people, with any of them. And I've got no issues with any of them. Says this is not right. I'm good. My daughter had surgery and having her second in a few days. So I have the baby, very tiring. Oh God, I can imagine how it does me when I have my nephews and nieces and we're not used to having the babies and then it just won't. I'm absolutely exhausted. Takes it out of you. Just ignore everyone. If like it's only fun for people when people fight back, which is what I learned like a long time ago. That's why I don't fight back anymore. I can't control what people say about me. I can only control my actions and how I am with others. You know, I've got no issues with anybody. Thank God. I don't want no issues with anybody. And I just don't go anywhere that are going to talk crap. I just don't. I thought you were friends with Terry Lip. I fished you about talking about my body and my boobs for over an hour. Ugh, gross. Sipping tea. I can't see anyone in here. Oh, it's just Lindsay Hoot. It's just Linz. And I think it's probably because you have each other blocked. Hope that she recovers from her surgery. Just stay out of their lives, Linz. You can't control what other people say or do or anything like that. You just can't. You can't control their actions and you can't judge their actions on how you would do things or how you think others should do things. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't say what kind of man would do that because you're going off your own standards. You're not going off what he is feeling or why he is doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't, you're going off your standards, and you can't go off your standards, and you also can't control other people's thoughts and words, and it's just easier just to ignore. Oh yeah, I think she has me blocked. Oh, there we are then. It's just not worth it. It's really, really not worth it. And it's bothering you. It's obviously affecting you. And my only advice would be, don't go there, don't watch it, don't acknowledge it, and hope they stop. It's just not worth it. To me, it's not worth it. You're not gaining anything by fighting back. You just can't control what others think. You can't. I wish we could, but we can't. We can't control what Joe Blogs down the road is saying about Jane Blogs up the road. Do you know what I mean? I never blocked anyone I see her. Ah, she said she sees you, Hoot. I just think you have to control. You can control you and how you react to it. But I certainly wouldn't be going and associated and, like, I'm not saying that he does, but we know somebody that thrives on, she blocked me. We know people that thrive on it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure what's going on, but tell Lindsay, don't let people live rent free in your space. She is too good for that crap. Amen. Hey, selfie queen. I commented, but it disappeared. Oh, that's weird. Sorry, selfie queen. How are you? I was just telling Lindsay, you can't control what other people say or other people's actions. You can just control yourself and how you respond to those actions. Do you know what I mean? You can't, like Lindsay said, Tahoot, you can't, just because somebody's irate and having a go, you can't sit there and go, how can he do this? How can he do this? That's just the way he is, and that's his views, and you can't control that. All you can do is control how you respond to that. Do you know what I mean? There's no, you can't, you can't judge him on your standards. That's something that you just can't do. Or I don't think you can. I'm just grateful I'm not in any freaking drama. We can talk about drama, but thankfully I'm not in it. He's a man talking about my body. Just ignore him. You can't. People will do things and people will say things to rile you up. Look what happens with me. Every time people want to upset me or go at me, they will talk about my anxiety, or they'll talk about adoption, or they'll talk about the fact I can't have children. They'll do things to push buttons and to get me riled up. So true, you will go crazy trying to control others, say and do, especially on YouTube. Lindsay, you know, and I know firsthand exactly that. Like, I can't control what other people think of me. I can't control the other people when they want to hurt my feelings, that they go straight to adoption. I can't control that. I can, however, control how I react to that. And I choose not to give it attention. I choose not to come on a live and scream and shout about it, because it doesn't get me anywhere. All it does is give the person attention for saying something nasty. Do you know what I mean? That's all that happens, is that I give light to that comment, and it doesn't deserve light. I have been called special needs, slow, dumb. It's there's just no need for it. And the name calling, to be honest, just like for me, just shows that there's nothing better to say. You know what I mean? There is just nothing better to say. But I choose to ignore it. I choose not to be bothered. I can't be asked. You can go all you want, have a go at me, tell me I'm this, tell me I'm that. It's not going to change how I feel about myself. It's not going to change how I'm acting. And I'm certainly not going to bring light to it. Sadly, some people just will go low. They will. They've not learned their lesson. And I can't talk. I was there at one point. I would go super low on people. And it just doesn't feel nice when it's coming back at you, you know? There's not much you can do about it. There's not much you can sit there and go, oh, but that's a man talking about my body, or that's a woman in their 50s, or that's a bloke in their 20s. Who are they? Do you know, you can't control them. How can I unblock Lynn's if she's blocked? Go to the, you know where your little picture is up in the corner? I think you have to go to there, and I think there's somewhere that says blocked. I'd have to, it's somewhere up in that section, no hoot. It's, you know, like when you go onto YouTube and your picture's up in, it might be, where was it? Hang on, let me go. I don't think my other phone's charged enough. Otherwise, I could literally tell you how to do it. Oh, we might have, oh, we got a little bit of charge if I'm quick. I never use this phone anymore. I keep it because it's got my mum's voice recordings on, which is why I keep it. But I think you sort of go up in the corner from recollection where the picture is, and let me have a look. And then underneath where it says your name, it says manage your Google account. If you go to there, somewhere in there is the block section. Where would it be? I can't remember now. Can't remember where it was. It's something on here. It's somewhere in there. You have to have a look, babe. I can't remember. I'm absolutely so dumb when it comes to this. But it's somewhere up in there. People and sharing, maybe. Oh, they go to people and sharing on that on the Google account, and then it says blocked, and then it'll say the people that you have blocked, and you can go from there. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it is, but what do we expect? It has been doing it for months. That's the thing, though. Like, you know, they do it with everybody, and they'll do things to hurt people's feelings. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they'll pick something that you know, like with you, Cindy, they picked on us doing that thing, you know, because they knew that that would upset you and hurt your feelings. With me, they'll go to adoption. They'll say something. They'll say something derogatory about that. Do you know what I mean? And just be careful, Linz. So I could do what I did when Real did it. I could go off on one and be all Looney Tunes and be completely go off my head about it. Or I can go, okay, well done, congratulations. Do you know, I'm not going to get any difference of a reaction from him by me doing either going off or ignoring him, because all it's doing is bringing light to him. And he's like a shock jockey. I don't think he actually believes all the stuff that he says. I really don't. Ren, I think he wants to be that shock jock. I do. And I'm not going to give that attention. That why would he want my attention anyway? You know, I get what, minimal people in my chat. I don't get hundreds anymore like I used to. Oh, well done, Hoot. I don't get, I don't get that amount. So he's not gaining anything from me. I don't know why he would want to, apart from just to hurt my feelings. And to be fair, I've had way worse said about the adoption. I don't think anything he could say at this point is any different to what other people say when they want to hurt your feelings. You're a crap mom who gives up a baby for adoption. I've also heard people, saying things like, she wasn't RAP'd, she wasn't abused, she's just lying. And why would I lie about that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why would anybody lie about that? That just, for me, and this is just me, it took a lot for me to tell my story. It really did take a lot. And for anyone to think that anyone would lie about something like that just does me. But for somebody to sit there and take that and roll with it, that I'm lying, it didn't happen. I think even if, right, think of it this way, even if you don't believe my story, okay, let's just go with that. Even if you don't believe my story, the fact of the matter is that there is proof I had my daughter, that's proven. I can't fake any of that. I got pregnant with her at 14. So even if you think I'm full of shit, it was still statutory rape. Do you know what I'm saying? So people can say like, oh, they're full of shit. She doesn't believe this. She didn't say this. She didn't say that. She's not feeling it or something like that. After so many years, you lose that. What's the word? Like that thing, Hey, Maria. Why they interested in your past? They need to worry about their own lives. I 100% agree. And it's not like I don't care that people talk about it. Like I really don't. I talk about it. I honestly don't care. But whatever you think of me on a personal level, the fact of the matter is there was a 29-year-old or 28, 29, 30, whatever he was, 20 or whatever, late 20s, early 30-year-old with a 14-year-old and got her pregnant. So whether you believe the story, whether you believe my version of events is kind of irrelevant at this point. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of irrelevant. Missed you, Joe. Been thinking about you. Oh, thank you. I've had a really hard couple of days. They couldn't find my dog. I still haven't had my dog back. So I'm still like, I want my baby back. So I'm still struggling, but they found him. So he should be home tomorrow. Just a week later than they said. I was freaking out this morning, but I don't want to put a Debbie Downer on everybody. We missed you, Ria. I just think, and I know Lindsay's gone, but we just have to learn we can't control what other people say about us. We really can't. And, does it really matter? In reality, does it matter? Are you going to stay up all night thinking, oh my God, somebody online doesn't like me? Do you know what I mean? Like if it was somebody I spoke to all the time and they said something mean about me, that would hurt my feelings. But some random online, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. Like it really wouldn't. Like if Ria said something or Hoot or Chopper or Housewife or or any of these people, Selfie Queen, GJ, any of these people spoke nasty about me, that would hurt my feelings. Or Patty, that would really hurt my feelings. But just some person online that I don't speak to, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. Like it really wouldn't, because I don't have any relationship with them. I don't talk to them. And I know some of you guys I don't speak to all the time either. But I know if I needed to speak, like say tomorrow I got up and I was super upset and I was crying, I know I could get online and I could ring Selfie Queen and be like, Cindy, I need to talk to you. Talk to me before I freak out, before I flip out. And I know she would talk me through it. She would be like, of course, like, I'm here. What do you need? Like, what do you want to do? And the same with like a few other of my friends. Like, I know that if I was upset, which I don't do upset very often, you all know that. Not very often I cry or freak out. But I know that there are those handful of people that I can ring or message and say, have you got 5 minutes for a call? And I could ring them. Do you know what I mean? That's horrible. I'm glad they found him on my Ria. I was freaking out. Like, honestly, you have no idea. I was flipping out this morning, but thank God they found him, because I was literally ready to flip out. I was like, what do you mean? You don't know where he is? I was like, oh my God, find my dog before I freak out. I was just like, nope. Joe, please ring. You can always ring me anytime. Oh, I know, babe. I know that. That's why I used you as an excuse. I as your name, because I knew that I could always. But I just, I mean, you like but like I was just saying to Lindsay, then you can't judge yourself on others or what they think. Like she's upset because he's a man talking about a girl's body. It's the internet. They're gonna pick on anything, and because they know that Lindsay, she knows she's thin, and like people always pick on that because she's thin, and it's not that she's got an eating disorder. She's just naturally thin. She's naturally skinny. Do you know what I mean? I would freak out too. Oh, Ria, I know you would. You would literally have. I was freaking out this morning. My Facebook was out like, where's my dog? I want my boy back. Because they said last Wednesday, like that's what they said. Like they said last Wednesday, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like that's nearly a week later, but I'm glad that he's coming home. I get why she's upset, but the more you let the time, it bothers me more. 100%. And Cindy, trust me, things used to bother me like that, so I get her 100%. But I keep trying to say, like, the more you give it light, like, I don't know Christ Conflict. I have no idea who he is. I don't know him. So I can't judge him as a person because I don't know him. I can't. But if it's upsetting Lindsay to this degree, I would just stay clear. Like, just stay clear. It's not worth none of this is worth my mental health. And that's how I keep thinking of it. None of it is worth my mental health. Like I said, I would be upset if a few of you guys spoke badly of me because I clash you as my friends. It's not a sub thing or my sub count or this. You are my friends. I come in and I talk to you guys, and I talk to a couple of people, daily, and I would be upset if they spoke badly of me, kind of thing. But, I made a video speaking about him and what he said about me, and I get Lindsay, but I refuse to give him 1 ounce of my energy. Okay, I'll go and watch that. Maybe I'll be more understanding if I watch your video. I'll watch it after this, then I can be more understanding. I haven't been online. I needed that. I needed that time out. I needed that, you know, just walk away from YouTube for a little while and just concentrate on myself and get my mental health into some sort of. I said to the girls yesterday, I think, like, I just need to get myself out of this funk that I've got myself into. Do you know what I mean? It is the one titled Sunday Mealy. Okay, I will watch it straight after this. I might have more of an understanding then, if because I know that you explains things better than me, so I'm gonna definitely have more of an understanding. I got so much to catch up on, but the likelihood is I'm not going to. She came in and said that Christ, I'm saying something wrong, Christ Conflict, I think his name is, was saying something about derogatory about her body image and stuff like that, and she was upset, and I 100% get it, but I would just try not to give it any light. My Patty, happy belated birthday. I meant to message you, and I've been a shit person and a shit friend, and I apologize. I've just been trying to get out of the funk that I got myself into. Cece has dragged her a few videos in comment section. Oh God. It's just the more, and I know it's super hard because I am the worst for it, or used to be the worst for it. Patty will tell you, like, somebody even remotely said something, even a little bit towards me, I would go on a live and I would sit there for hours and hours, like ripping into them. And now, after everything I've been through, I really don't. And I think it's more because Lynn's haven't got an outlet. She hasn't got that, you know. Joe, I sang happy birthday to Patty yesterday very badly, may I add? I'm sure she appreciated it. If I sing happy birthday, my voice is going, I go, eh. I sound like a you're grown, Joe. But do you remember, Patty, even if somebody had said just a little bit, I would have just freaked out, wouldn't I? I would have gone off on one. I would have been doing like, rah. YouTube has gone straight to heck. True. You know, though, Cindy, right? When I first started YouTube, I said Unirock State, right? Now, bearing in mind, it's a large state. I didn't say town. I didn't say anything. And bearing in mind, I said it wrong as well because I'm an idiot that can't pronounce words clearly. And I got absolutely battered. Now, I mean battered for months and months and months, being called a doxer, being this, that, and the other. Yet it seems like now people are putting out people's addresses, work addresses, their real names. I'm like, where did this become okay? Like, when did this become okay? The pictures of Lindsay on Christ Conflict was out. That's not. She can. If he got pictures of her, she can. What's it called? Like strike it. That's the word I'm looking for, isn't it? She can strike it, and she knows how to do that. What makes it worse is that woman in the pictures of being bullied relentlessly online, and that is the picture he used. Wow. I need to watch your video so that I can have more of an understanding because I don't know this guy at all. Agree. I find myself being more and more restricted when going onto YouTube, and I've always been restrictive. I just can't. Same, Ria. I've unfollowed and unsubscribed to so many people that I've been subscribed to for years. Like, since I came on the scene, and I've been on the scene, what, 2.5 years, maybe 2 years. How long have I been on YouTube? It's got to be a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, he mocked. What? Nuh-uh. He mocked my recovery and referred to me as special needs. Well, isn't he a freaking bundle of joy? That's disgusting. He's called Christ. My God. That's not okay. I don't like that. Hi, Shahid. That's not okay, Cindy. That's really not okay. Like having a go at somebody was one thing, questioning in and like their recovery. I don't like that. Mm-mm. Okay, he's already got my backup. He's got my backup already. Such an oxymoron on that name, right? Exactly. Lindsay CJ Lefty, sweet message for you under my comment on Real Entertainment News comment section. I think she's gone into. I hope not. I was hoping that she wouldn't. I just wish that I wish she would ignore them, but just for her own mental health. Just because I know it upsets her so much. Like, just don't give them the satisfaction. Like, you know what I mean? Because we are. Every time we talk about these people, they're getting more people tuning into them. They're getting more people looking. She said something like, I'm going in, F it, or something like that a minute ago. Do you want me to look before my battery really dies? I think Christ Conflict is a wrestler name. He needs to change his name. I don't like that. Sorry. Question somebody's like, no. That just seems not okay. Why would anyone question somebody's sobriety? I just want to know, right? Okay, a lot of you are mums, right? If you heard that your child, right, let's go to the playground age. So let's go through like primary school, nursery, that kind of little age. If these people were doing this to your child, wouldn't we all freak out and be like, what on God's green earth? But yet, how is it that as adults, it seems to be like funny when people are being bullied? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand how this man can think that's funny to, what do I do on my bloody lighter? To like pick on Lindsay. I got one. Question your sobriety. When did that become okay? Like, I don't understand when that become okay. And I wonder if somebody was doing this to one of his children, whether he would be okay with that or whether he would have a freaky fit. Because I'm tell you now, my kid's 28, and if I found out somebody was treating her and saying the things that some of these people say online, I would freak out. I'm not even kidding. I would 100% freak out. And my child's 28 years of age, and I would still absolutely freak out. I don't get it either. I never thought it was funny. I spoke about it over a month and a half, and no one cared. I just don't. I'm with you. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. I always think, sit there, like, with Christ conflict, sit there and think, if somebody said the things that you saying now to Lindsay or to Cindy, and was saying that to your child or your wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend, would you be okay with that? Because I wouldn't be. I swear to God, my daughter's 28. If I found out she was bullying someone, I'd still get up and knock her head off. I think people enjoy picking on people they know that they can get reactions from. That's what I was saying, Patty. If my son ever acted like this way, they would they would not know how I would react. I'm telling you, Cindy, my daughter's 28, and she knows I would get up faster than Jack Flash and I would slap her head off her shoulders. And she knows it. JJ, PJ, and police wife. I can't. Why do I always stutter when I try and say police life wife? I'm changing her name. I'm changing her name. That's it. Why though? Why are they targets? I don't get it. Sorry, I think that he needs to grow up. Put your big boy pants on, take your Spider-Man panties off, and grow a set of balls, because this behavior is just nothing more than a bully. I said it wrong, Joe. Even when you said it right, I still trip over it. Every time she comes in here and I try and say her name, I stutter my way over it. And I stutter anyway, so it's not great. I'm like, bleh, 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 bleh. And she just laughs at me. And she's like, it's okay, Joe. And they don't do anything. Like, PJ haven't even been involved in anything for the longest time. I haven't seen, okay, granted, I haven't been on for a couple of weeks, so I will admit that. But PJ's been out of the drama for a little while. I haven't heard her doing anything. What have PJ done? Or JJ or police wife life? I don't know why they're picking on PJ. She's always shown both sides of every question. But she hasn't even been in drama for the longest time. I think it's sad. Like, stop picking on people. Jesus Christ. Like, I know a lot of you don't like Katie Joy, but my God, I could never deal with what she deals with on a daily basis. But now it seems to have gone, it's not just Katie Joy that gets it anymore. Like, these people start out their channels bitching about Katie Joy, and then when like they get it back, it's like the end of the world. But I haven't seen anything that PJ have done in months that's even remotely drama related. She had a little thing with Uni Singh a couple of months back, but that was a something and nothing. She had the bloody sub thing again, that was a nothing. And she had that woman going off on her, and again, that was like a something and nothing. Like, damn, get a fucking grip. Okay, she bought 100 subs. Karma was a bitch and bit her in the ass. Deal with it. Like, I think she's learned a lesson on that one. Like, give her a break. It's not that bad. And we all know people who have bought thousands of subscribers. So let's not, maybe I shouldn't. I wouldn't be stuck on frigging that much for the last frigging duration. Although it wouldn't do any good. I need everything else to go with it. PJ could have used a few prayers or good thoughts right now. We're definitely praying for PJ. Can we all say a prayer while we're there as well for Joanna? She's really not feeling very well. So we need to send some nice prayers to Joanna so that when she watches this later, she'll have some good prayers. And you know what, Cindy, I was just thinking then, Christ conflicts comes from JJ. Wasn't him and JJ super close? That's a bit shitty for him to turn on her like that. Like, she brought him into the community from recollection. I just don't get it. Why? I honestly haven't seen, and this is the God's honest truth, I have not seen PJ do anything for the longest time. Like, I really haven't. So I'd like to know. Thank you, Ria. I'd like to know what they're all going on about. I'm gonna have to watch Selfie Queen's video because she'll explain it better to me. She'll explain it to my little dumb ass. It's just insane. Like, give me a break. I just don't understand. Who said bullying stops when you leave school, huh? I think it's got worse in this community. I said the other week as well. Can anybody actually tell what this community is about anymore? Because I really can't. I cannot tell you in all reality what this community is anymore. It's not the commentary community anymore. Um it's not a community to say about Teen Mom community anymore. It's not I can't even tell you what this community is about. Like, I can't. I want to do a little bit of whining. Tyra kicked me out of her channel for supporting Real Entertainment News last night. She was on his panel supporting him. What? Tyra kicked me off her channel for supporting Real Entertainment, and last night she was on his panel supporting him. What on God's green earth? They've been going back and forth with each other for months now, and now they're supporting. I can't. I think Tyra sadly will go wherever gives her the most clout and the most what's the word? Most subscribers. She, went into here, she went into AMZI, she went into all these other channels, Tyra. I left and unsubscribed from her channel purely because I just felt that she was a bit of a bully, and the things that she was saying was, to me personally, a little bit too far. You can have your say and be a bitch without like being really, really mean, and I didn't like it. Not that I was sticking up for Real either, because I think they're both as bad as each other when it comes to that. But for me, on a personal thing, it is just like, no. I'm happy for her growth, but my feelings are hurt. I get it. I get it. I 100% get it. It just, I don't know. It just seems like when will they fight again? It's the AMZI and Britta's thing, They make up, they're all happy, and then it's going to end in tears, and people are going to get hurt, and then people's going to have to choose sides, and I don't know. I'm on a selfish note, and I know this is really selfish, but on a selfish note, I'm glad I'm not involved in any of it. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm glad I'm not involved in any of it. Because for me, nope. Tyra is a little like Katie, her way or the no way. Oh yeah, 100%. Nothing wrong with Lindsay's body. No, nothing at all. She's naturally thin. Like, Jesus Christ, most girls would want to be naturally thin. My goodness. I don't see the problem. just seems a bit weird that they've been literally going at it for months and months and months, and now, no, I don't either. But again, it's that thing that they know that she's not confident in how she looks, so they're going to dig at that. They always dig at something, and that's how they dig. Like, they're always going to find something to go at. And it just so happens that that's what they're going to use for her, and potentially, to piss her off, they're going to do that. And you know what I mean? It's not as easy as just they're going to get you at your lowest and get you at what annoys you. And like I said earlier, they do it. They'll do with me. They'll use adoption. They'll use, I'm a shit mum, I gave my child away for adoption. They will use anything to get you to bite. And when you don't, which is what I'm trying to say to Linz, if you don't bite, then they tend to just like fade off. I just got a notification that Christ Contact I'm live. I'm going to stay here, but yeah, I'm not going in there. It's not worth it. You need to stay to that freaking drama. But he also needs to not talk about like people like that. There's other things that you could, like, do you know what I mean? Lindsay got a gob on her. Use that. Lindsay's, I don't know, use something else, Lindsay's bloody mouth gets her into trouble all the time. There's enough that they could use without using that. It just seems a bit icky. It does seem very childish for a grown-ass man at that,
It just shows their inability to discuss as adults, or
yeah,
show a point. They're just trying to get reactions.
Well, they want reactions. That's what it is. Like, oh, Lindsay this, Lindsay that. Then questioning Cindy's sobriety is just. But I would definitely, if you can, try and ignore. I really would. Purely that it does really piss people off. Like, if you don't rise to their crappy behavior, they tend to get bored of that crappy behavior and they'll move on and find something else or someone else, which is sad that they got to find someone else, but they will. And you see it all the time, all these channels, they're 1 minute they're having a go at this person, then they're friends with this person and they're having a go at the next person, they're having a go at the next person and the next person. It's like, why can't you just chat? Why can't you just talk about whatever? Why do you need to go at someone? Why do you need to belittle someone? Why do you need to be nasty to someone to get your channel to grow? Lindsay leads with her heart. Sometimes she needs to lead with her head. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But they can use that. They can use that Lindsay, rules with her head. Patty says, "Hi, Carl."
Yeah.
"Hi, B. How you feeling?" I just don't understand. I wish that they would. I wish she would just ignore that. That's something I really do wish that she would ignore, because I think that would be better. But I think she'll struggle. Good. How are you? I'm okay, thanks, love. Thanks for joining. I wish she would ignore. Sometimes it's not worth for a little clip. Sometimes it's not worth the hassle that comes with it. And what you got to remember with these people as well is that they're never alone. These people don't bully alone. They don't go after somebody alone. Like, you know what I mean? It's the LB thing, you know. She has an army do it. It's never her doing it. And that's the same with a lot of other creators. They will do that. They will say something and do something in hopes that other people will go out and do their dirty work. I don't know the channel. I'll find it after and put it on my community tab if you want, Hoot. Oh, it's getting long now. The red is coming out slowly but surely. I always forget my job, like subscribe, comment below. That's all right. We don't really do any of that sort of stuff. If somebody wants to, they will. I don't know. I just hope she doesn't get herself so worked up. I think it was Hoop that just said, you know, they live in rent free in your house and they're enjoying every one of your amenities that you have to offer. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all. And I've literally have learned that if you don't feed the beast dies. And it is a hard thing to learn. It really is, because me being me wants to snap back and wants to be like, fuck you, blah, 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 I hate your guts, die, and all of this sort of malarkey. And it doesn't get me anywhere. All it does is wind me up and just give them something to come back at me for. Do you know what I mean? It's just not worth it. For me, it's not worth it. I turn this camera off. I don't need it on. For me, it's not worth it. It really isn't. It always just, I just suppose it's easy. I've learned over the years I wasn't like that. I would want to go at everybody, but you really, really can't change people's mind about how they feel about you. If they hate you, they're going to hate you, never mind what you say. They're going to hate you whether you ignore them, whether you go off on them. They're still going to hate you at the end of the day. Hardest lesson to learn and live by, but especially in YouTube world, you need to remember that. Exactly. Joe, you really are improved on the no overreacting. It doesn't get me anywhere. All it does is give them more ammunition to come at me with. If I behave like a frigging wild animal, they're going to do another live going, see, I told you this is what she's like. She does this, 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 and this, and this. And it gives them that little bit of truth to say all their other lies about me. It's just not worth it. And I can't control what others say about me. I can control how I act. I can control what comes out of my gob most of the time. I can't control whether somebody likes me or not. And to be perfectly honest, I don't give a shit. Like, I really don't. It doesn't bother me whether Joe Blogs, another creator, likes me or not. Like, he really doesn't. I'm not going to sleep at night going, oh my God, somebody doesn't like me. Like, I'm thinking, oh, this is really nice, cushy bed. I'm going to sleep.
Or food.
Or food. That's nobody, I think. I lay down and go, oh, food. I'm hungry. I would just, it's super hard because I know Lindsay hate's being spoken about, and I know like Selfie Queen. But it's not worth it, guys. It really isn't. You got to think about like where it's come from as well. Like think of the source, like we used to say about Steve, like when Steve said something, think of the source. Like this, what, 70-year-old man sat in a frigging bedroom thinking he's intelligent. No, like just no. And then you know, there's this coming on here and doing that. There's something that I feel like you're trying to do from your life that's not that great. I could only go by me, obviously. I can't go by somebody else. But for me, when I was doing the hate streams and saying all this nasty stuff, I was hurting myself. Like, I was hurting, so I wanted every fucker else to hurt. Yeah, right. Steve is a piece of shit. There's me going again. Steve's a piece of shit. He really is, though. Come on. How is he of all people suing Katie? That's gotta be the laugh of the decade. Like, right, Ria? That is a bit of the laugh of the century, though, isn't it? You gotta admit. SM seriously suing Katie. You sat there on a live with a bloke saying penis, 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 and saying, no, I want to sexually harass her. Um, that's yeah. Do that. That sounds like fun. I can't wait for all this to come out in evidence. It's going to be hilarious. The judge is going to laugh it out of court. I swear to God. I'm actually looking forward to it. Will you wait till like Katie starts putting her stuff forward? Like him there sitting there saying that, saying other things derogatory about Katie's son. And I'm telling you, like just my conversations alone with him, there's a conversation that he's saying stuff derogatory about her son. Like, my God, it's literally comical. I think that should win the award for the funniest thing of the decade. It's just too funny. I can't wait for the judge to actually see all these things that he's done to people either. I think it's going to be hilarious. The judge is going to think that rightfully that he's a freaking nut job. Oh, I wonder where he's getting his money from now because Ruif has put his penis away. So who's he sucking off now to get his funds? Bend over, boy. Poor judge, though. I know, right, Ria? Can you imagine? This judge is going to think this is a bad dream. And sitting there listening to all that garbage. He has a GoFundMe. Of course he does. The fact that they've done so many freaking GoFundMes that's fraudulent, they're just going to set up, hey, Yaya, how are you? They're just going to set up another one. Great. That's just amazing. Like, are you serious right now? A GoFundMe. He needs another sugar daddy like Ruif. Hey, Steve, I hear there's websites for it if you're interested. I'm not sure you're the right type though, to be fair, but whatever. I'm great. Oh, good. I'm glad that you're fine. Yeah, yeah. That's just craziness. It is funny though. It is pretty comical. I can't help but laugh. I just can't. Right, Ria? It's just too comical. It is the funniest shit ever. Like you seriously couldn't make this shit up. Like you've gone after her for literally 2 years solid. You got a restraining order for a year friggin' to keep your mouth shut. And now you're suing her. Hmm. Yeah, make it make sense, love. It's just comical, absolutely comical. And the people who he's literally spat out, you really think that these people ain't going to Katie and showing all what you've said in inbox is comical. It is the funniest thing ever. Sending prayers and positive thoughts to Joanna. Thank you. Oh, Joe, you just gave me the worst visual. It's true though. Come on. Like Ruif is just, oh man. The sad thing is that when the non sequitur ended, he could have made a channel just as good, if not better, but he chose instead to have a complete and a hard on for Katie Joy and wanted to destroy that woman's life to the point of finding videos about her child and like telling people what to say. Like if you notice any new channels come up that's talking nasty about Katie Joy, he is there, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, giving all the information. And did Christ talk about Lynn's on his video or private? I believe it was on a video hoot. Don't take my word for it though. I'm just going from what Lynn said, that it was on a video because she said he spoke about it for over an hour or something like that. So I'm guessing it's on a video. But again, don't take I'm not 100% sure, so I could be wrong. It is going to be funny though to see what the judge says. I still don't understand why he hates her so much. It's a lot of work. Because he's got nothing else. What else has he got in his life? Like, in reality, what else has he got? He got Cheshire. Even that bloody girlfriend he had is like, got turned on him and said, stop talking about me. You know what I mean? Like, what else has he got? He lives in a closet. He's got no life. He's got no misses. He's got nothing. What else has he got to do? He doesn't know what freaking, he hasn't got a love of his life. He doesn't wake up in the morning happy. All he wants to do is, in my opinion, is fuck with Katie Joy. And that's what his life is about. That's what he does. That's what he wants to do. He wants to make her life miserable as his life is. It's just insane. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Especially as he could have had a really good channel. He could have had that channel up and running and making so much money, but instead he wished, and people left. I remember when Steve was following me on my channel and vice versa, when I was going after Katie, and he then was just losing people from his channel because he couldn't shut up about Katie Joy. Like he lost subscribers, he lost paying members, he lost all these people, and then he got the cheek to use the Me Too movement. Makes me want to vomit. It is hurt. need to try and get her to ignore. I know it's super hard, but we need to try at least. Like, just no one has any right to do that. It's just not okay. It's not fun to have that. I think it's called Christ conflict. Let me have a look and I'll tell you. Oh, there we go. Yeah, C&C Podcast Factory. That's what it's called, Hoot. C&C Podcast Factory. So, but I'm going to get off now. And thanks everyone for joining me. I appreciate it. And I shall speak to you again soon. I probably be back. I'll try and come back tomorrow and try and build up back up again. So, because I have been taking quite a bit of time off and I need to try and get back into doing YouTube again just because she reached out to Christ Conflict because of her boyfriend. Had pics of her. She wanted Christ Conflict help. Christ Conflict doesn't want her pics on the internet. Joe, there is a flora of videos you need to catch up for the truth. I definitely will. Yeah. Send me some links if there's ones in particular that will help me understand because I've just been off for so long. I honestly have no idea what the heck is going on. I know Cindy Queen did one, so I wouldn't mind like some more just so that I can see what the heck was going on. But I will try and sort of be on more and catch up. But at the moment, I am struggling a little bit. So, but I will. So glad you did this. Me too, Patty. I was contemplating it for about an hour. I'm like, do I, don't I? But I need to try and get out of my funk. I shall speak to you all later. I love y'all. I love you guys.